Yes, I
sing?
have a
Can you
voice.
sing? Can you sing?
No.
Oh, no, I don't sing. No, I
I
don't sing.
still asked Jack. I asked her, did she sing? I said, why don't you sing tonight?
You know what? I
Yeah.
want to so bad. I wish I could.
Me
I be
too.
going off in the shower though. I'll be trying.
I
I
can't.
know. I said, I want to hear little Jack Frost. You know, some a little Christmas carol. Yes. Dipping on your nose.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, everyone has been
Oh.
asking. Oh my goodness, that was heavy.
Yeah, those are hard moments, and I definitely say friendships are about balance, about boundaries, and there are friendships, and Simone and I can testify to. Sometimes you take a break, and it doesn't mean that
You don't love the person
ever, but you do have to establish boundaries and balance in friendships, and I think that is where we were as a friend group, is trying to establish some balance and boundaries.
But I want to know, you know, I'm right here in the midst, but I need to know what changed from you all meeting for lunch and then us getting to Napa, and then like all of a sudden, you know what, this is not going to work. Let's send you home. Like, because at the lunch, you guys were very much, should we invite Quad? Yes, let's go ahead and invite her. And then we get there. And so tell me, what changed?
I think you guys had met prior to me getting there, and there was some conversation that had taken place before Phaedra and I got to Napa. So you may be able to better tell us what you saw at that lunch that I didn't see, but I knew some exchange had taken place. And then we had a long dinner, and we all had an exchange, and nobody seemed to have felt comfortable.
She was very cool, you know, but what I do know that friendships is certainly a give and take, right? Correct. And what I do see also is that if 4 people in the friend group will all share the same opinion towards one person, then that person certainly has to look at themselves.
Yeah, and never is it a good moment when you feel like your friendship is on rocky grounds, because I can certainly speak for me and Simone, and we had been friends for 20 plus years, and then we reached
long before on this show.
Yeah, yes. And we reached a place where we wouldn't take the time to both see eye to eye, because that takes a give and take. For us to get better, we both had to own our parts and both say we were being childish about some things, petty some more than me.
both feelings were hurt. I think Quad often talks about that, where she doesn't trust sharing in the group. It's back on.
Hear that? Okay. I'll hear that.
All right. Let's go. The main thing that we want to convey to all of the people who are on here, who are disappointed, who are angry, we love Quad too. She's been in our lives now for 10 years. And as a group of women, we're one of the only shows with the majority of the OGs. And I think that's too, that we have some authentic feelings for each other. And we've definitely had our years of fractured relationships. But the fact is that we try to stand up for each other all year long, not just doing a set number of months when filming is there. And certainly, I don't have any close friends that I would confide in if the only time I saw them was at an event. I stand in my authentic feelings and my authentic self. I love Quad. I don't have anything against Quad, but Quad has to make a decision that this group does offer something that is valuable or not. And Quad has to take accountability that sometimes she gives us her ass to kiss. And it isn't really fair because nobody else in the group is doing that.
Can I just say one thing? If y'all ever have a problem with me, just call me and we can do brunch right here in Atlanta.
Because you like to eat, Alicia.
Yes,
you're real greedy.
But Alicia, I would think that
when you call somebody, Dr. Alicia, they have to be open to receive. Mm-hmm. When you tell somebody, hey, you've hurt me, and this is the way that you've hurt me. You can't respond back with, well, I did that because you did this. No, either you accept the fact that I have now opened up. I've said to you, Toya and Eugene were very hurt about Quad calling Eugenia on social media. She ain't really owning that. She said it. At reunion, she was like, oh no, I stand in that. I said it. Right. But you can't say, well, I said that because. And just like all of y'all on here, we love Quad. And this narrative, any woman on this show has to be jealous of anybody. That is comical to me. We are all
very successful and accomplished.
Like,
I mean,
this ain't just, we're all accomplished.
Doctors.
Some of us actually longer than others.
Period.
Yeah. So I don't know what to tell you. And there's nobody on the show that they're living a life that I want. And I'm sure that there's nothing about my life that any of the ladies want, because we're all standing in our purpose in our own specific way as individuals. We love our show. We love our fans that have followed us from day one. And what we love is that you guys are so opinionated. You got part of the story. And I respect, that you all have an opinion on it, but it stays right there with you.
Well, with that being said, did you guys notice that we will be talking to the vice president of the
Yes.
Here we go. Something
go.
positive. Simone missed it. I was trying to, add a little joke in there, but you missed it. I know this is very emotional. So no, let's go on to something positive, honey.
Okay, it's on. It's back on.
Okay, let's roll.
And help me say that we have to also have a voice. We want Black women. If you see something, say something. If it doesn't feel right, speak up for yourself, advocate for yourself, have a doula, a midwife, a family member, but do something, say something, find a doctor that you trust. Yeah. And with that, that's the number one thing. And I often forget to say that first is you got to have a relationship with your doctor that you can trust them if we're not giving you or meeting your needs, because everybody's not going to align with everybody. Let's put it that way. And there are patients who may not connect with me or may not connect with Simone or your doctor. Find someone who you can trust and connect with. Ask questions. Is that okay? Right. Why didn't you do that? So be a part of making this world a better place. It's sad that the United States of America has this kind of maternity mortality in Black women. So we want to keep talking about that.
Yeah.
No. Talk about, friendships, all of that great stuff, because it is important. But we can no longer sit around and keep losing our Black mama.
That's right.
Simone, echo me, girl.
Black mama mortality is 2.5, 3 times more common than any other ethnic group. We have to come to the table as our best selves, asking questions, changing doctors. You feel like your doctor is not listening to you, making sure that your body mass index and your weight are at its best, eating healthy, going to all of your prenatal appointments and ultrasounds, and knowing that when high risk factors are there, you have to have a higher alert for yourself and your baby.
Right. And the other thing is they've done studies. It doesn't matter of your education, your socioeconomic status, married, single, overweight or not, Black women are still dying more than anybody else.
Yes.
So we don't want to miss that point. I'm so proud to say that Vice President Harris has taken this on as one of her personal quests to make a difference. So we want to give her a shout out. We want to shout out all Black mamas and tell you how excited we are to have you there. And we're here for you. And find somebody you can trust.
Exactly.
And ask questions. Always ask me why, when, what, where, who. Just ask questions.
And go vote. When you have the opportunity to vote, be the change you want to see. Go vote. Because laws on the books are designed to help us, not to hurt us, and certainly not to continue to see us dying at a disproportionate rate.
Absolutely. And it is happening. You've seen it in the news. And anytime Serena Williams, one of the greatest tennis player that
And her
yeah.
doctor did not listen to her.
And the nurses did not listen to her saying, I know what is wrong. Right? So when you're seeing women of that status, I just made a point, not socioeconomic status, nothing makes a difference. I don't know
Two leading
about
causes of death: hemorrhage, hypertension. Get your blood pressure under control. Take your medicine.
absolutely. So do your part, but definitely hold us accountable that we do our part.
Yes.
That was some of the best food I've had in my life.
Yes.
And farm to table, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
So good.
Jose was good as well.
Yes.
Now I have to say, you guys did embarrass me by bringing out that liquor.
So it wasn't none of us on here that brought
It was
out.
none of us. I don't drink.
But Simone partake.
Oh,
You can catch some of that stuff out that flask.
You can take the girl out of Atlanta. You can't take the Atlanta out of the girl. I'm not a wine drinker, and I was excited to go and support Toya. I'm just not a wine drinker.
I know, but you guys didn't even make it a full day.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just I like that she really is trying to step up her game, because I've heard so much about Toya this, Toya that. Toya really is trying to do this wine thing, so I just want to support her. I mean, so I think the trip out there obviously was Toya's trip, and so, you know, I wanted it to be a success for her. So it seems like it was very successful, child.
Yes.
The food was so good.
And we noticed she took you in the boardroom to meet. So, because you know,
Yes.
good old lawyer in there to say
Yeah,
stuff.
gotta have a lawyer in your
That was
But you know
perfect.
what? It was, I was honored, you know, that she respected me enough to take me in there. But y'all know I love a new business. So if nothing else, honey, I'm gonna come up with a good idea. So I got all my business.
Hey, we felt like we didn't want to do the job, neither, because you know, we're used to going into the OR. You don't have to do all that talking.
Yeah, y'all, it's like let's chop them up, chop.
Right.
You just work.
Yeah, we do.
Oh my
But Toya's really excited about it. I've actually purchased some of her wine for gifts.
I was gonna say, what you doing with the wine? 'Cause you don't even
I
drink.
mean, I put a bottle in my wine cellar to say I had it. So during the holidays, when you go to parties, you take a bottle.
Yeah, love her.
Jackie had
That's
a
good.
gorgeous wine cellar.
Ooh, Jackie.
Yeah.
Jackie, you got a wine cellar and you don't even drink.
A beautiful bar.
It's for resale purposes. You always
Resale
need it.
Oh
purposes.
no, I got you. I got you.
And I hope you'll be calling on me when you do decide to sell.
Okay.
Yes.
Since I am in real estate.
So, Alicia, tell me what type of doctor you are, because obviously you all haven't got to really meet Alicia just yet. You know, you have, but you'll see more of her. But Alicia, what's your practice area?
So I am a general dentist, and I have a specialty in something called oral medicine. If I get into it, it'll be a little bit too complex, so I won't do that. But basically, it goes hand in hand with oral surgery, which, you know, my husband is an oral surgeon. And so, but the unique thing about me is that I'm actually at home with our little one.
Because you got 2 children. Tell us about your babies.
So my daughter Amara is 6, and Arenze, our son, is 21 months. And so, yeah, during the COVID time, I decided to kind of like step away from the clinic a little bit. And then I ended up getting pregnant with Arenze, and I just ended up staying at home longer. And then I got into real estate. Yeah. Cool. So I do still practice oral medicine. Basically, these are like unique conditions of the mouth. Like for instance, it may be something like Crohn's disease, right? That shows up in the mouth first. And so those consults will come to me.
Back on, child.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to get too much into it anyway. That's
Right.
Get in there.
Simone said right.
I didn't know none of the geography questions. Let me let y'all know. Okay. I just left some of the places and I couldn't answer them. But anyway, I gotta go get dressed for watch what's happening.
Honey, the only geography we want you to know is where the fallopian tubes, that vagina, the ovaries, that, you know what that is.
I know what
That's
that is.
right.
Get the legs up, okay?
I know that's right.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, my thing is we've got Alicia on here. Me and Alicia are obviously very new to the show. And we've got the 2 OGs that have been on here from the inception of the show. So a lot of this is about learning how to cooperate and collaborate with people in certain, scenarios and situations. And I see some of the comments like, oh, did Phaedra turn on her friend? I don't have a dog in this fight, if y'all know what that means. I'm new to the show. I don't have any reason to be jumping on any bandwagon. And while, it was said, and nobody brought me to this show, I'm Phaedra Parks. I came to the show. Ain't nobody got to bring me nowhere. I've been down in NBC Universal streets for a long time. So when I see that, I'm like, no. And I knew Jackie, I knew Simone and Heavenly for, I'm sure, almost 20 years, maybe. We did, you and I, Simone, did the doctors together when I was pregnant with my second baby. Remember, and I had placenta previa. So yeah. So when you say I'm neutral, okay, and I got kicked, into this stuff. So don't come at me with that, baby. Period.
So the thing about it is we actually all love each other. Love is different for everybody. And that's what Simone said in her statement is for this trip. I want everybody to catch that. For this trip. We're not saying that
Quad needs to leave.
Right.
That we don't want her as a part of the group. That is really not what we're saying. But she needs to take some time away from the group to decide if we are benefiting her. Why should anybody be around anybody that's not benefiting them in some shape, form, or fashion? Sorry, Jack, I took that
No,
away.
but it is going to, the one thing about us on Married to Medicine, one, we hang out all year long, and two, we make up and break up. It's kind of like a marriage, and that's why it's called Married to Medicine. Simone and I had a little separation. We went our separate ways for a minute, and she realized she missed me.
That I couldn't do without you.
You couldn't do without me. And so, but we realized that about each other. I mean, I started out the show. I did not like Heavenly. Okay. And so we've all been, Toya is like, almost like my niece, a little, I've had Toya in the bathroom. We all fight on this show. We break up, we make up, and the show is back on.
Uh-oh. Bam. Yes. I love this winery.
This is a Black-owned winery.
This is the Black-owned winery. It was so
the
nice.
First in wine country, yes.
Yeah.
Brown is the name of the winery. Brown.
And he's a physician.
Yeah.
Well, before you can get me, I gotta go watch Dr. Jackie and watch what happens.
No, I'm gonna get you, honey. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. I am learning to be a good wife, and that means yes, I do smile and listen to my man in public. If there are any matters that we need to deal with, we deal with those behind closed doors.
Okay? That's beautiful.
Yes.
Do whatever's working. Beautiful.
Oh, Jackie, you look beautiful. Well, guys, we thank you for joining us tonight. Hope you all enjoyed the upcoming season super trailer. You won't see us again until the new year, so we want to just wish y'all a very, very Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Hope you enjoy your time with your friends and family. Alicia's going to lead us out with a song.
Say what? Say what? Jingle bell, jingle all the way.
Okay.
Oh, what fun it is to ride on a horse. What are the words?
One
Hey,
horse open sleigh. Hey,
Good night.
good night.